Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the show. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Shout out to you guys. Hope dinner was good wherever you guys are, if it's dinner time or not. If you're on the West Coast, it's only 5 o'clock, which is crazy to think about. But it's 8 o'clock my time. I just got done doing dinner, did family time, and here we are, live again. Third live stream of the day. Only got one video uploaded today, and wanted to get 2 uploaded, but it just didn't work out that way. Got plenty of video to share with you guys, but we got like this content schedule that we're trying to stay on. Shout out to everybody. You already know what it is tonight. We're going to be going down to Alabama. We're going to be seeing Brandy, and we're going to be seeing what that commissary is hitting on. Folks, I got a feeling it's going to be a lot of happiness up in a cell block, which is quite the contradiction when you think of what shit normally is like in a cell block. Shout out to everybody coming up in here, filing in. Blake, I see you right there. Dre, what's going on? Jonah right there. Jason, shout out to you, man. Around the Fur, what's going on? Dylan, Redskin, Chris, shout out to you, brother. It took me forever to get back to your message. I started responding to it, and then I got ADHD, and I just got a chance to respond. Shout out to everybody up in here, man. Means a lot having you guys rock with me. Soul on the Mountain, shout out to you. Tennessee Proud, what it do, man. Power Toys, everybody up in here. Mr. Popzilla, long time brother, Mass One, Johnny Ramirez, man. We got the gang up in here. Catherine, what it do, man. Shout out to you. LMR, what's going on with you? Shout out to you, man. Yeah, so we're going to be going down to Alabama. We're going to be seeing what Brandy got on that commissary. Commissary day was today. She's going to be blessing the whole block. Wild to think, you show love for somebody and then they just turn around and return the favor. So wild and awesome. American Dude says, let's see all the girls in the cell block. I mean, shit, we might. We might. Christopher, what's going on with you? Shout out to you, brother. Just got a chance to respond to a message. Just got a chance to respond to a message. So, yeah, man. Hopefully I keep my voice. So let me tell you, I was going to multi-stream tonight. I was going to try to stream to the After Prison Facebook page, but I haven't done that in so long. I finally figured out how to do it, and I was about to do it, but they ain't up to speed on the whole story right now. Some of these socials are further behind in terms of me sharing the content. So it's like we're living here in the future here on YouTube, because this is the hot, the now. This is what we're doing currently, and I appreciate all y'all for being up in here. Aiden says, roll Tide. You better bet it, man. I want to give a really special shout out. I don't know if I'm going to see this person up in here. We probably will. But if we see somebody with the username Bangers, a banger up in here, hey, give that dude a real special shout out, man. Awesome supporter who showed massive love for After Prison Show today, and that really meant a lot. So very special shout out to Banger. I know he's probably in here checking this thing out. So if you're in here, say hello, man. Murphy, what it do, man? All right, so, look, we talked with Brandy last night. She was saying they're probably going to start cooking around 9 o'clock. You got to keep in mind, I'm in Virginia. They're an hour behind me, so it's only 7 p.m. their time. Could we pull an all-nighter here? I've got another Red Bull in the house. Hey, man, what if we treat this joint like a little sleepover? I mean, shit. Sometimes I'm thinking if I could do it or not. Yeah, man, Michael Blade, Banger. Shout out to Banger, man. Look, I want to share something with you that's kind of on my mind right this second. It doesn't have anything to do with anything, but I am a content junkie. I love to see the content, what people are doing, and I'm intrigued by the different variations of everything, right? I was stumbling down the old TikTok path today, and I ran across 2 different live streams that were absolutely flabbergasting. to me. The first one, I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is a guy named Jelico. He has 1.5 million followers. He's a YouTuber. He's a very, 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 was a guy on a boat with his little captain's hat on. You see a lot of these like sailboat content creators, and I think it's the greatest thing in the world. I got in the sailboat with my cat, and we're traveling from Arizona to California in a sailboat. I don't think it's possible. Maybe on the back of a trailer. So anyways, I run across this one guy. He's on a sailboat. I shit you not. Dude is yacked to the fullest in this live stream. I don't want to join the live stream because on TikTok you can lurk. So I'm just lurking. And I'm like, damn, man, I really want to join this live stream and be like, yo, man, why is your jaw over in left field? And here's the crazy thing. He wasn't even trying to hide it. He was, yeah. And then he would go off the screen because, you know, on TikTok it's the vertical. So he would just go right off to the vertical and he'd be like, and then come back. And I'm like, this is wild to me that this is taking place. Polar Grizzly Bear, very special shout out to you, man. Thank you very much for that right there. Leaving for vacation tomorrow. You should smoke a whole J on live and do a crossword puzzle. See how it goes. I talked about getting back and doing the podcast with Dave, and that's kind of his idea. You know, maybe. Jamie says, and shout out to you, Jamie. Appreciate the dono right there. To you as well, Polar Grizzly Bear. Slam that Red Bull. I'm probably going to need it. All I'm running on right now is a Diet Coke. I don't think there's enough caffeine in this money to keep me energized. Jamie, very special shout out. Appreciate that dono right there. That was generous of you. Billy McFly, shout out to you. I fall asleep to your old videos at night. I'm down for a sleepover. I didn't really think that my old video, especially my old videos, could be used to go to sleep to because my voice was so freaking annoying back then. Gosh almighty. I cringed just looking at it. It was decent content, not great, but it was decent. But man, I was just trying to find my place in the world when it came to a voice. So anyways, real quick, let me finish on this topic of these live streams that I saw. So the first one, again, was Buddy yacked up to the moon on a TikTok live. And I'm just like, how is this not violating the terms of service? Right? But hey, we're not showing anything, but it's clearly evident and he's not trying to hide it. And you know what? To each their own. To each their own. Oh, funny you would message me now. Sorry, that was somebody messaging me about a couch. Man, shout out to you guys for the love right here, man. Appreciate all of that. I'll hurry up and get through this little talking point real quick, and then I'll get to those. So I scrolled past that because I was just like, yo, that's insanity right there. How is somebody on a live stream doing this? I get to the next live stream. Full-blown grown man, probably a little bit younger than me, sitting in his office, nice enough little studio setup. He's live on TikTok, and he's playing NCAA 25. He's playing the football game on a live, and all of a sudden, his wife comes in the door. You can't see her. She's off screen, and she's telling him to shut it down. Like, yo, hey, come on. You need to get off the game. And on the live, this man looks to his wife. You've seen those videos where like they're like making like jokes or whatnot, like the dude's playing the game with the headset on and his wife's sweeping the floor and he looks up and he takes the headset off and he slams the door. Yo, on the live, this dude was like, yo, get up out of here. We got 30 people watching. I was like, oh my God, this guy's going to get a divorce over a baker's dozen watching him play college football. Hey, Jerry, appreciate that right there. 1 year at Red Onion or 5 years in a medium in Alabama. I'm definitely going to take the 1 year at Red Onion. Because 5 years in a medium at Alabama, it's 5 years. I'm taking the 1 year in Red Onion. Red Onion, you're locked down 23 hours a day. There's nobody getting to you. Granted, you're there with the worst of the worst. But ain't nothing going to take place up there. And real quick, I need to share this too. Jerry, appreciate the love right there. $10 to help putting more fries in the bag. Yum, yum, fries, so good. Yo, there's actually a big story coming out, not from Red Onion, but right down the road, Wallens Ridge. 3 correctional officers just got poked up by what's being reported as MS-13 dudes, which I ain't even know was really there like that, but it certainly sounds like them dudes are trying to make a name for themselves. Wallens Ridge is one step below Red Onion. And, yeah, man, maybe the MS-13 dudes are starting to take over out there. None of the guards died, but 3 of them got stabbed, though. Everyday winning, what? Can't make the live, have to watch when I get home. Have a good stream tonight. Tom said he's available for a call later. Both tablets working now. Everyday winning wants to see that damn. And shout out to you, man. Jerry, shout out to you, to everybody up in here. Shout out to you guys for the love. Everyday winning really wants to see this Tom call. So here's the deal. What we have on the agenda tonight is definitely Brandy down in Alabama. But again, they're an hour behind us. So it's only 7 p.m. their time. I'm thinking about trying to visit with Jelico and Tom. Tom has been messaging me profusely. Folks, there is a lot that Tom is trying to pitch to After Prison Show, to you. Not to me. He's trying to get me to co-sign this. I don't want to co-sign this, but I do think maybe giving him the floor, doing a little prison Shark Tank here. Next into the tank, we've got Tom. And letting him make his pitch to you. He's not asking for much, but he is asking for something. Y'all trying to hear that? Hey, Matthew, shout out to you. Yo, protect the Junies, Joe, every single day of my life. Matthew, that's what I'm trying to do, man. That's what I'm trying to do. Power Toy says, where's the Tom video out? I want to give a very special shout out to my video editor. He has been busting his ass behind the scenes, editing most all of the video that you guys have been seeing as of late. Well, he edited the Tom video, and it was great, but he tried to use this noise cancellation shit, and it I didn't like what it did to the audio overall, so that video got delayed. But we could do it live right here. Folks, I think we do need to get up into this thing. Matthew, again, shout out to you. Jamie, shout out to you. To everybody who's been showing love on this thing, man. Really appreciate you guys. It's going to be a good one. I can guarantee you that. We haven't talked with Jelico in a while neither, so we're going to get him on. Brandy is online right now. Cheyenne is online right now. Sky is online right now. Folks, the chat line is jumping. We're not gonna visit the local girls because Brandy, we're probably gonna do a double visit with her. And then we're going to probably start this thing off with Tom. So I think that's where we're getting ready to go. Bangers. There we go right there, man. Hey, y'all give this dude a massive freaking shout out, man. Bangers is a hell of a dude. And he showed some major love earlier to me personally. And I hope you won't mind that I'm sharing this. But for some kind of a reason, Bangers was actually banned or blocked. Something happened somewhere along the line. Maybe I overreacted. Who the hell knows? I don't know what it was. But he's been rocking with me. And he starts messaging me on Facebook. He's like, yo, man, I've been trying to comment. I've been trying to show love. He's like, I'm blocked. And I knew his name looked familiar, so I went through the banned list, which is extensive. We're talking hundreds of names. I found his name. We got him right. And dude is awesome, man. So I want to give a very special shout out to him. Jerry, again, shout out to you. Cody with the auto-tunes. I would scream it, but I can already feel my voice starting to act up here. American Dude, shout out to you, man. Thank you very much for that. Can you find out my son burned down the house Can you find out my son burned down the house? Jonathan James Persons, California State Prison. Whatever you're talking about right there, American dude, I'm having a hard time following. Send me a message on Facebook, After Prison on Facebook. It's got a orange logo or profile picture. Make sure you get on Facebook, hit me up if you're trying to find out something. Let's see if we can uncover it together. Whew. All right, let's get into this, man. I got to log in. It's going to be... Let's get logged in and get ready to rock and roll. We're going to start with Tom first. Tom has a Shark Tank-like pitch that he wants to share with y'all. Now, I ought to read you the messages first, but I won't do that because it's a lot of messages. I hope you can't tell what I'm typing because that was all username and password right there. Max says he's not banned. If you have to question whether or not you are, I probably should be concerned. All right, we're in. Tom, you're on the clock. We're getting ready to go to Tom, and we're going to do that first and foremost. He is ready. Tom is ready to share. Yes, he is, folks. I'm going to give him the floor, and I'm going to let him tell you. Jesus, man. Bangers, dude. That is extremely gracious of you, man. Appreciate the love. Thank you very much. Keep rocking, my man. Love the content. Let's find some randos. You're going to get some goods tonight. All right. We're getting Tom on the clock right now. Turn it up and switch the scene. Look at that. Almost perfect. Almost. Perfect. Hey, Bangers, man. Very special shout out to you, man. To everybody who's been showing love on this thing, man. You guys are amazing. Appreciate all the support. 2 says we want Brandy. You're going to get her. We just got to give her a little bit of time. It's too early to be visiting with her. Joe with the good hair. You better bet it, man. Hey, Tom, you was blowing me up. You better answer this shit. Come on. You know what it is. Redskin Chris took a nap earlier. God, I wish I could have, man. But I'm here for the long haul right now, too, man. So we're going to get into this thing. Holy shit. Platinum Morgan. You guys are showing out tonight. Appreciate that, man. That is insane right there. Can't wait for the fun tonight. Yo, y'all are single-handedly like saving After Prison show. And here's Tom right here, folks.
Oh my God. Don't shoot. Do not shoot.
You can see that big black thing right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the way I got to do this now. Hope it's not weird.
No, not weird at all.
All right, Tom, listen. We're going to consider this like prison Shark Tank, okay? You've seen the show. You've got 300 sharks in here right now, and they are ready to hear what you've got to say. You've been messaging me quite a bit. I haven't said anything about any of that. So I just want you to treat this like the Shark Tank that it is and give me this pitch.
You want me to give you the pitch? Okay, the pitch is this. I'm suggesting a GoFundMe for legal representation. I'm offering that if the AES Army, if you guys donate 25 cents, not $25, 25 cents, I think there's enough people out there that are followers of APS that I can afford to get equal representation. Not only that, whatever money over that, I'm going to use also to donate towards helping the next person against this situation. I also want to make a donation to APS to help you out, Joe, for everything that you've been doing for me as well. Don't chuckle. It's not funny. It's real.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you're but okay, you want me to continue or not?
No, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so, and then again, like I said, whatever's left over, obviously I could use to get myself on my feet, not be homeless, hopefully.
Okay.
So, I have no idea what the number would be. You know, I mean, I have no idea how many people would even be interested in trying to help it out. You know, that's why I'm leaving it at something like 25 cents, because I'm figuring you have a large viewership. 25 cents could go a long way.
All right. So first of all, I need to say this. The GoFundMe immediately strikes a nerve with me because I have a damaged past with GoFundMe. So that's the first thing that I want to say. The second thing is even if we did a GoFundMe or anything, I can't personally think of one platform where we could even get 25-cent donations. I think like most of them take nothing less than $1. But let's just say, for the sake of this, that we were able to do something where the supporters of After Prison Show were going to donate 25 cents. I know you're seeing that big number, Tom, that 1.3 million. And let's just do the math here. If 1.3 million people donated 25 cents, you're looking at roughly, I don't know, maybe like $300,000, maybe a little bit more than that.
How many people can we help with that kind of money? How many people would not have to sit in jail or not have a lawyer to help them in situations like this? How many homeless people could we get off the street?
Well, here's the deal. This is what I got to say about it. The fact of the matter is just because it says 1.3 million subscribers, most of them are long gone. You know, I don't even think. Yeah. So the real crazy situation here is, let's just say hypothetically we did it. Tom, what if we only had 100 people donate 25 cents? We've only raised $25. That's like.
I love you, Joe. I love you, Joe.
Tom, that's like an e-cig.
Look, that's not the point. And I know you're trying to make levity of the situation because of what I said. But that was a suggestion. Do you understand? That's all. I'm not trying to make this into, I'm begging for this or I'm begging for that. I'm asking so that it works in the situation. You are killing me here, bro. I'm turning red as hell because I'm embarrassed.
No, don't. Listen. Look, I'm going to say like this. I'm not trying to like make jokes about the situation. It is crazy. It's a crazy idea. I understand that when you're in a situation where you feel hopeless, like you're ready to pull out all the punches. I want to give you just one alternative suggestion. Please hear me out on this, Tom. What if instead of a GoFundMe and like 25 cents from the fans, Tom, just flip on the plug.
No.
Listen, man, we're too old for this.
No.
I get it. I was just playing. I know. But it was it is a serious thing to consider, right? when you get in a situation like this, does it ever cross your mind like, damn, I am only one statement away from release?
Yeah, of course, the thought's always there, but I just can't.
Yeah. And I just, granted, I say it initially like with the laughs and the jokes, but it is a serious thing to consider. To get back to even more seriousness with this, I understand that when you're in such a dire situation as it may seem, you are ready to try to pull out all of the stops. I've wanted to allow...
What's the screen saying? What is APS Army saying?
Well, I'm not going to lie. They're actually somewhat considering it. Joe, that's not a bad idea, Redskin Chris says. Yeah, you know, there's a couple of people who are saying, you know what? Maybe. But again, 25 cents.
I mean, I was trying to be conservative because I don't want to come up with a number, and I would prefer that you and I discuss that. That was the point. That's why I made that suggestion.
Yeah.
And that's why I made those comments to you in my text to you. Hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is where I'm going with this. That's the reason why I put it that way. Obviously, 25 cents. I mean, come on, we know. If it was we're talking 300,000. Yeah, that's a whole different ballgame.
Did you already crunch the numbers on this?
I mean, yeah, I've crunched the numbers on a lot of things, obviously. I mean, I'm not stupid.
Look, one thing about this, I don't know necessarily that that's going to happen. I put it out there. If anybody wants to contribute to this idea, they can do so. All right? I can't guarantee that anything like that is going to happen, but if they want to do so, they can do so. And
if it's on the funding thing, though, you know, Sam, it gives it legitimacy. And I have a couple people that have already said, if you have that up, I will donate.
So you want me to create the GoFundMe for you?
Yes.
I got to be honest. I've seen crazier GoFundMes as of late, so
So have I.
it could work. All right, look. This is the other part to this.
Yes.
I want you to be in front of the audience as much as we possibly can, you know, at least from time to time, because I want to keep you relevant to these folks, you know, because I do want to see you get support. I can't guarantee a paid lawyer. I can make phone calls to the programs that you asked me to do. I can create the GoFundMe on your behalf, but I can't guarantee what comes of that.
Sure, understood.
The biggest thing that I try to help you with is to get some people who are sending you a positive message and maybe trying to look out for the cookout a little bit if they can.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Look, that's not even the situation.
Yeah.
I'm humbled by everything and everyone. Dude, you already know me, Joe. You know when I'm on top of things and I'm on top of myself and I'm going in the right direction. You know this.
Well, look, let me
I'm more motivated than you know. There's a lot of things we haven't talked about, but we will. When I get out of here, there's a lot of stuff that we can talk about that needs to be put out there.
For sure. Look, I want you to know this too. Like, you're not the like some kind of a spectacle here, okay? Like, I've been doing these lives every single day, twice a day actually, and there's a lot of people that I visit with. So, you know, I wanted to just start this off with you. I know you're in a scary place right now. I know that it sucks being there. I hope that this is going to work out, and if anybody wants to try to help you, you know, they can do that. All right? Two things real quick. I want to try to find the car. If we can find the car and get that sold, there's some money toward a lawyer. And then what about the motorcycle?
And the motorcycle, I can't motorcycle. I only have a bill of sale for that, so I don't want to do anything but that. That's
Okay.
not a thing. Okay. The other issue is I need to talk to you at some point in time, off of the camera.
Yeah.
Not a public thing about the situation with the phone. That's something that's between you and I. I don't know how you can get a hold of me to do that or whatever. Send me a phone number that I can reach you at or whatever, and I'll call you and we'll discuss that. That's something that after it's resolved, then we'll bring it to light.
Okay, for sure. Let's have a phone call tomorrow, okay? We'll have a phone call about that tomorrow, all right?
That sounds great.
Hey, keep your head up in there, man. And look.
APS, man, I love you guys.
All right, brother. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, so basically, you get the gist of it. Tom's looking for a GoFundMe from After Prison Show, which I don't really do the GoFundMes, you know. And he's looking for just one single solitary quarter from every single person, and he's amassing that to 1.3 million subscribers, which don't exist anymore. It's just a number. Like, I don't even... If they actually showed the legitimate number of what it probably is now, I got a feeling it would be drastically less than that, which is fine. But could you imagine if we raised $300,000 for Tom? Holy shit. Anyways, I also want to say this real quick too. And I need this to be known. Like, this is my public service announcement right here. Tom is my dude. He's a friend of mine. I want to try to help him out as much as I possibly can within reason. He's in a scary situation right now, throwing anything and everything at the wall, hoping for a miracle. He needs a Hail Mary plus a miracle plus catching lightning in a bottle for this situation to work out for him. The fact of the matter is he's not facing all that much time. Yes, he is facing some time. But when you make your bed, man, you got to lay in that. You got to lay in it. So I need this to be known. I don't want anybody feeling like I am trying to advocate for somebody to go out there and spend thousands of dollars on a lawyer for Tom. That is not what this is. This is simply, like I told him, to keep him in the face of the After Prison Show viewership, not as a spectacle, but as somebody who has been a part of this show, who has had some hardships, quite a bit of them, and could use some support. I hope that people will write to this guy and try to offer him some encouragement. You know, this idea that he has, it's crazy. It really is. And, you know, there's just not a whole hell of a lot that can be done about this. Not only does the man have a paraphernalia pipe charge, 2 or 3 different probation violations that are going to hit if he gets convicted of that. The fact of the matter is the man admitted to having the damn pipe. And that is, unfortunately, something you're not going to be able to undo. You know, I hate that for him. I really do. I know I'm sitting here, you know, laughing about the whole situation. It is a little funny to me. I just got to be honest. Sometimes I can't look at these situations and not laugh. Plus, I've got Matt in here who is such an amazing person. Shout out to Anchors Away Junk Removal, man. An amazing guy this guy Matt is. He gave Tom a whole ass car and $500. And, man, it all went to hell in a handbasket. And, you know, I'm still trying to make it up to Matt to this very day. And I ain't even get the car. King says you can't blame him. He's throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. You're right. You know, you're right. And he's got a whole bunch of stuff going on in there. And I just hope it all works out for him. And really what I really hope is that he does get a treatment program. Because God, you know, he probably needs it. Shout out to everybody taking the time to rock with me. We're going to be going to Alabama in just a little while. All right. Shout out to the folks who've been messaging me on Facebook, too. I've been super active on After Prison Facebook. So if you're trying to get a hold of me, definitely do so there. Hey, let's lighten the load a little bit. We are still biding a little bit of time, and I did say that we're going to try to visit with Jelico. Ain't nobody online right now. We'll get old Jelly on right now. Hey, Platinum, shout out to you, Banger. Shout out to you, to everybody who's shown love on this thing, man. We had a nice amount of support shown on this stream. Really appreciate you guys, man. Bangers was donating during the damn visit. I didn't even see that. Said, here's 50 Cent for his defense. He's doubled down. He's going to match the donations. This guy's hilarious. It's, it's crazy, man. It really is crazy. There was a comment right here. Satellite Man said, Tom is a scammer. Don't do it, Joe. You know, I don't personally know Tom to be a scammer. I'm not going to say that he probably hasn't done some shit like that. But when you're knee-deep in addiction, man, you're not the person that you want to be. You know, and I see Tom beyond the addiction as a friend. And though, you know, I may laugh a little more at his expense than I probably should, and I do not mean it to be that way, I am still here for him, trying to help him, have some support, some people to talk to throughout this. And had it not been for us showcasing him as much as we have thus far, he wouldn't have what he has right now, which is a little bit of people reaching out, sending some things here and there. And you know, I do want his time to be at least somewhat, you know, more comfortable than just the worst type of time that you can serve, which is doing time with nobody and nothing. And even though he's not in here right now, I do want to give a shout out to Everyday Winning because he blessed Tom with things, and Tom had nothing prior to that. All right, we're going to get Jelico on the line real quick, and then we'll be going to Alabama in just a little while. Matter of fact, we'll do the visit with Jelico, and then we'll go to Alabama. See what's going on down there. It's like live PD up in here. I do need to say, and I don't know if getting this visit with Jelico, if he's going to be able to share with me the things that he told me about. Because Jelico tried to tell me a couple of things, and I don't know that we'll talk about that here. Maybe we will. Wild to know. Yeah, Catherine, good point that you mentioned right there. I mean, no amount of time is going to help somebody until they're ready to do it for themselves. You know, what it really sounds like more than anything is Tom just wants to get out of there today. And if he had the opportunity to leave jail today or go to a long-term treatment facility and leave jail, I really wonder which of the two he would choose. And that would really tell you right there if a person's ready to go. And you know what I think? I think that sometimes people should be given an option when getting released. Hey, what's going on, man? Forgive the look right here, but we got to – this is the only way I can make this work. Oh, yeah. Let me turn you up too, man. How you doing in there, man? It looks pretty good, pretty clear in there tonight.
Yeah, chilling. Hang on, it breaks in and out on this tablet side. You're cool.
Well, I see you got full service, so that looks good, man.
Right on, man. What's the topic for today, man? Where y'all going over?
Well, we just got done visiting Tom. Tom had a outlandish ask of me, and I'll share it with you. And he wants me to try to help him get a lawyer, and he wanted me to ask everybody to donate 25 cents. And if 1.3 million people donated 25 cents, that's $300,000. And yeah, that's about the gist of it.
Are you serious?
No, that's legitimate right there.
So he's trying to get everybody to donate a quarter.
Yeah.
That's
I told him it could backfire. If only 100 people sent 25 cents, then that's only $25. And now we got an e-cig and like 2 soups.
Oh man, dude, is it as bad as it sounds, man? I've been hearing random stuff, man, from some of the guys who've been reaching out to me, man. Is he doing? Is he not doing too well, man?
I mean, he's just stressing the situation. That's all it is. But he's doing the best that he can, you know.
Yeah, man, I know how it is. You can only do what you can, man.
Hey, listen, man, I got some people shouting you out right now, man. Catherine says what's up. Dan says what's up.
What's up, guys? How we doing today, man? I appreciate the APS Army. I just got off the phone with Tag earlier, my man Tag out in Williamsburg. He sent me 2 e-cigarettes, and he sent me a freshie that I'll be getting next week to give me the General Tso's chicken. I guess it was a little Asian, you know, it was the only Asian meal on the whole freshie, so he blessed me with a little soy sauce and rice and some General Tso's chicken, man. I like to do a special shout out for him, man. Me and him talk almost every day. He just got back from his trip to Carolina or East. I can't remember for some reason. But yeah, he wanted to go see
Kendrick Lamar concert.
Yeah. I always forget. I'm old, man. I don't know any of that new stuff, man.
He had messaged me and told me about it too. That's how I know. But dude, I didn't know y'all could get General Tso chicken in there. That's pretty. That's a boss little meal right there.
Man, we got freshies, man. We got jumbo meatball subs. We got triple patty burgers. We get Southwest chicken salad. We got, man, it gets up there, man. Some of the guys, he just blessed me randomly, man. He just thought he'd send me something special, man, because I don't really do the freshies. Like I said, they've been blessing me, man. He just figured out you can put money on your side. He figured out how to put the money on your side of the tablet so you can video with your money. He figured it out himself.
Well, I'm gonna have to talk with him. He's on Facebook, and I can talk with him because I saw the message that you sent me earlier, and I'm not surprised by that. I don't know how. So let me tell you like this: there was a big issue with the visits at first, and it was the way that I was doing them. So obviously, you can see we got this totally different thing going on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've had no problems whatsoever. So whatever that little birdie told you, you know, who knows?
It was real live. He was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" He's like, "You still on Afterwards show?" And I said, "Yes, I am. Yes, I am." He was like, he just said a couple things. Just let me know. Listen, man, you've been getting clipped. Everybody's getting clipped for whatever reason. And I was like, all right, man, there's nothing wrong. I mean, he said, man, it ain't on me, man.
Yeah, there's nothing. I have no fear in my heart about this. And trust me, Jelico, on my side, you should see some of the forwarded emails that I've seen. But nonetheless, I've got zero fear in my heart about the situation because I'm doing nothing wrong here. All I'm trying to do is just spread some positivity and help some people get some pen pals and some support. And you know what? This type of shit is all over the internet anyways.
Yeah, there's a lot of it on the internet, man, and I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love, man. There's a lot of people that reached out to me, man. I brought the names up, you know. Everyday Winning definitely hit me up. Jacob hit me up. Ant hit me up. There's a bunch of people who I'm talking to on a random basis, man. Some people send me things, and it's just a lot of good, positive communication. A lot of people in recovery and stuff like that, man. It's not about, you know, it's nice that they send them, man, but I'm not asking it, you know what I'm saying? They always, man, you know how it is in here, man. Someone tried to ask me, how did you meet Joe? And I said, man, we met a long time ago.
We met in prison.
Yeah, man, hustling in prison. People don't understand, like.
Let me share some of these comments real quick, Jelico. Mike, I don't know what you're talking about. You said, I paid $10 for you to tell him no. Oh, if you were talking about Tom, maybe that's what that's in relation to. Who else is shouting you out? There's a bunch of people in here who are shouting you out, man. Dan shouting you out still. Let me get to these comments, man.
All right.
Murphy says, how do we hook Brett up with a meal?
And you can hook me. It's Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office Care Mart, BBSO Care Mart. And when you go there, it has anything from e-cigarettes to fresh fades where you get a hot plate. And I get it in 2 weeks as soon as you order it. Every Tuesday I get canteen that's ordered before Monday. You can get the packs. Any of the packs you get, the breakfast pack, you got whatever, man. But I don't ask nobody to send anything outrageous, man. Like I said, the e-cigarettes get me coffee. I drink coffee, and the e-cigarette gives me like 25 coffees. So it saves you if you just send the e-cig, so no one has to go spending some outlandish crazy about that on money. I definitely appreciate the blessings, man. It does help me get by, but man, they feed me in here, man. I get free hots in the cop, man. You know how it is, man. I'm not trying to I'm big enough as it is, man. I'm not sure if you can see.
Yeah, you putting.
You know how it is, man. You used to run the track, man. I got about 60 days, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to say, I gotta feel looking all right for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? What did you say?
No, you're looking sharp. You're looking sharp, man. Hey, look, Greg says what's up. Human said what's up. Mike said what's up. Joshua Morgan said what's up.
All right, cool. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate the shout-outs. I appreciate the love, man. How you been doing on the live stream, man? They've been fanning out. You getting a lot of people lately?
Yeah, I got 450 people up in here right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're booming off of the random visits. And I got a girl down in Alabama that we're getting ready to go see. And when you come home and you see this story, you're gonna be like, holy cow! Like, hey, they love her, man. She's like a rough and tumble, rowdy chick. She don't take no shit. And look, when we met her, she had absolutely nothing. She'd been locked up for pretty much a year with nothing. And her hustle in the jail was washing dishes. Angelica, you know what that hustle's on. When you're washing dishes, you at the bottom.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, that's starting to affect the bottom, bro. Yeah.
And look, now she's the freaking pod boss, man. She's got like $300 on her books. Dude, we're getting ready to go visit her. She goes, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm trying to say, man. I'm trying to explain to some of the guys here, man. The ATS Army is a movement of love and camaraderie of individuals. It's just a love, man, and I miss it. I miss the comment section. I miss being on Facebook and everybody hitting me up on Messenger, giving me their feedback and being there for me, man. A lot of the guys know that I'm in like a recovery-based program right now, and they show nothing but love and much work for them, man. I generally appreciate it. I do. I really do.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you're getting the support. I want to see Tom get the support, too. Tom is, unfortunately, probably the least favorite. You know, but it is what it is. I'm still trying to help him get some support in there.
We got a hold of Rabbit, yeah. We found out what's up with Rabbit.
You did?
No, I'm saying, have you heard anything about it? I sent a message to the trustees and shit like that, but I haven't heard anything back.
Nah, man. I literally tried to visit him again today. I've sent him a message. I put $10 on his tablet. He has not been active at all.
That's crazy. You click out for some reason and you're not clicking back on. I don't know what that's about.
They might. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
But let's see what else, man. John says Jelico looks great. Yeah, man.
Appreciate it,
NC
guys.
Boy says Jelico's a good dude.
Appreciate it.
Moon says, why is Jelico in jail? Because Jelico's taking care of what he has to take care of. He went and turned himself in. You know, he had a little violation, and he took care of it. And he'll be out. When are you going to be out? You're in a drug block right now. You're about to complete the drug block.
My date is August 12th, man. But I'm done with this program in July 8th. So when I finish this program, I go in front of the judge in about 7 days of that. So somewhere between the middle of July. But worst case scenario, man, we got August 12th.
And let me say this too for anybody who's like just joining me. You know, Jelico and I were in contact heavily prior to him going back in this time, and he was working his ass off. He was sober, like he really, really wanted it. And when he found out that nothing that he was doing was going to save him from going back in, he got super depressed about it, but he still went and handled that shit.
Yeah, man, because that was the thing, man. There was time that I had to do, and they wanted to lock me up. I wouldn't want to have them lock me up over the summer, man. I really wanted to spend some time with my son I really want to get closer with him, man. He's got a lot of working out that he wants to do over the summer because of wrestling. I have a lot of things I want to do with him via YouTube. I want to introduce him to YouTube and get him on. You know what I'm saying? He loves YouTube just like everybody else, man. He just wants to be a part of something. And I want him to be a part of everything too, man. He's a good kid, man. He's all right grade. He's doing wrestling. He doesn't have any trouble. I don't have any trouble with him all. Me and my child's mother get along pretty good, man. She's rode with me on a bunch of bids, so I put her through it, man. She's ready for me to come home and get everything right.
Well, good for you, man. Power Toys was asking, what's the plan, Jelly? Tell them what you want to do when you get out.
First things first, man. I just want to get home. I got to get my license, but the only way for me to get my license, man, it's going to take some time. And reality of the fact is it's a little bit of money, man. And I'm going to work, man, but I'm hitting YouTube hard, man. I'm hitting social media hard. I'm giving social media 100% of my time, and I'm going to help you. I want to help and figure it out on my own and be able to make this quality channel. I don't want to just throw up anything. I want to throw up quality work, man. It's making a difference. It's going to be about the different hustles, the different struggles. The name of my podcast is going to be Off the Chain with Jelico. I got a lot of things in, you know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of things. I'm going to have a morning motivation called 6 o'clock count. You know.
There you go. Good shit, man. Well, I can't wait for you to get out here and get to it, man. Jelico, tell them all peace, man.
I love you guys, man. Y'all be safe out there and always know Jelico loves you.
Peace.
Peace.
So, real quick, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. Jelico would message me earlier today and tell me that a little birdie, obviously some form of staff, came up to him today, I think, and was like, they know all about the visits. And supposedly they were clipping the visits, which they probably wore. But I think that the only reason they were clipping the visits is because they were detecting the additional software that was running when I was running it through my computer. Because you got to understand, at one point in time, I did not do these visits live. So I would screen record it straight to the computer with an additional camera. And that worked for a little while. And then all of a sudden it stopped working. So then I started mirroring the phone to the camera. And you guys remember what it looked like when my phone would try to connect those visits and that shit was glitching out. But ever since I've been doing it this way, we've had zero problems getting connected. The biggest problem we have is if somebody's going to pick up or not. So shout out to Jelico, man. Really positive guy. And again, you know, prior to him turning himself in, him and I, we were hanging out quite a bit. He was working his ass off. And when he found out, because he thought he was going to get, I think, drug court or some kind of a program, but he couldn't get that. And the only thing he could do was get time. So he knew he was going to court. He knew he was going to get some time. And he went and he handled it. He didn't run. So shout out to him. All right, folks, enough chit chat. It's time to skit scat. And let's go to Bama. Yeah, man. Hey, y'all ready for Brandy? Who's messaging me? Tom's online right now, too, and I hope he's got somebody he's talking to right now. Okay, it's 9 o'clock my time, which means it's almost 8 o'clock Brandy's time. Woo! Matt says, can we order pizzas for them guys? So with that Fresh Favorites thing, and look, somebody was asking, how do you order? I think it was Murphy who asked, how do you order food for Jelico? I need to make like something. I need another Discord. I'm always creating these Discords and abandoning them. Well, I'm ready to create another one. I just want to start over because I haven't seen that last Discord since the video game. I'm ready to start over. But with a Discord, a little chat room, I could have all of this information, like where you go for this person and where you go for that person. And holy shit, we could create a Discord I mean, completely based around this idea right here. If you're looking for, somebody, a pen pal, what if you could pick and choose your pen pal and you're already seeing some interaction with them, like who they are, a little bit about them? I think there could be something to that. Southern Maid says, I didn't like Tom from the jump. A lot of people didn't. And, I will always say and always root for that guy. No matter what, I will always root for him. Because I've seen him in better times. Tom and I, we were in prison together. We were at Indian Creek together. We all were there. Jelico was there. Jelico used to run the track all day, every day. Jelico was there. I was there. Gay Dave was there. Jay Williams was there. He was just on the opposite side of the yard. This thing was, a lot of people were there. Probably 5 or 6 other people that I can't think of right this second were there as well. Chris Lewis, the guy that got butchered up that we went and resurrected today, he was there. Man, a lot of people. But, Tom, he was a decent dude, Oh, Big Dave was there. Yeah, we got to get a Discord, man. We got to get a new one. And just make it all about this type of stuff with plenty of information. All right, let's go ahead and go to Alabama and see if we can get Brandy on the line. And look, you want to know something else, too, that kind of grinds my gears? So Jelico says that a guard came up to him today and told him that, hey, we're watching what you're doing. Man, don't even act like and I know you're watching this live stream, and no disrespect to the staff there, no disrespect to the facility. It is what it is. You're there for a reason. You guys have a job to do. I respect the job that you do. But let us not forget, you guys have a whole freaking TV show being filmed in that jail right now. You guys are not shy when it comes to the media exposure. And we're not sitting here trying to put this place on blast or anything like that. We are simply here for the people that we're meeting. That's it. Murphy, shout out to you, man. Kind of you right there. Tom is a solid guy with addiction. Hard to hate on him for his problems. Yo, don't get me wrong. There were plenty of times, man, when I was the maddest at a lot of these folks. Rabbit especially. But you just, and I didn't realize it then, because I'm only seeing the anger for what it is. But now, maybe I'm older and wiser or some shit, or maybe I've dealt with it so much that I finally start to understand it. Yeah, man. You got to remember these people for who they once were and understand that the addiction is just, making them somebody that they don't want to be. All right, let's go to Alabama. I keep talking. And shout out to Jelico, man. Shout out to Tom. Y'all hit Tom up, man, and give him a kind word. I feel like, and I'm going to be honest right here, I feel like a little bit of an ass because I know I embarrassed the shit out of him with that. I'm sitting here laughing my ass off at the whole idea. Of course, I think the idea is crazy. He's sitting here in front of all of y'all in the situation that he's in. I feel like a bit of an ass for that. So if somebody wants to throw him a bone and be like, hey, look, man, it's going to be all right, I'm sure he would really appreciate that. Where the hell is Brandy at? I keep forgetting this thing's in alphabetical order. Folks, I've got 24 contacts on my tablet. And I also need to say something else real quick before I forget. Hey, Mark, shout out to you. Thank you very much for that. To help the random visit, you're killing Joe. Appreciate it. Thank you. You've been rocking with me for years, and I really appreciate you, man. and you're law enforcement, so nothing but respect for you. Hey, I made a mistake with the newest person that we're randomly visiting. I kept thinking that she was somebody else, and I said, hey, look, we had a visit in the past, and you hung up on me. Turns out I was wrong about all of that. That's two totally different people. And who I thought we were visiting, and don't get me wrong, I'm still going to visit that girl. Her name is Amberly. But the girl that I thought it was a girl named Amber. A girl named Amber's who I originally tried to visit, and she banged on me. She said, "Oh my God, are you recording this?" And I said, "I am." And she banged. And I really wanted to visit her because I actually looked these people up after I added them, and I found out that that girl, in her mugshot, man, she got a black eye. She done got beat up. And she got these wild charges of like a home invasion, a robbery, and she's young. And she done thrown her life away for the streets. And she is as hood and as just hood as it gets. And I'm really trying to connect with her because, man, I guarantee her story is going to be crazy. I think the girl that we've been visiting, Amberly, sadly enough, is just a run-of-the-mill addiction story, which, you know, everybody's got a story, but some are definitely going to hit harder than others. Amel says, what show are they filming? I can't remember what it's called. It's called like Locked Up the First 30 Days or Locked In. Just look up TV show Virginia Beach City Jail, and I'm sure you can find what it is. All right, we're going to go to Alabama right now and see what Brandy's cooking. We're a little early, so maybe we can get a visit now and maybe a visit later. Maybe we can get her to show some commissary items. Man, we got over 500 people up in here. You can't tell me that people ain't rocking with Brandy, and I'm here for it. Wow, we're booming tonight, man. Good stuff. It feels good to be doing something that people enjoy. Mark, again, shout out to you. Much love to you, brother. Sunday Chamberlain, 60 days in. Is that what it was called? Thank you for letting me know. It was crazy because I actually ran across a post on Instagram today. It was I hate to say it, but it was a Black Lives Matter 757. That's a local chapter of the Black Lives Matter. And they were showcasing a little bit of the footage from that particular TV show, from that jail, and they were bashing it. Because, you know, in that jail, they did have a pretty high-profile case of a prisoner losing his life. Yo, who calling, though? I got to be careful with that. Hey, man, we don't know what's going on up in here right now. For all we know, Brandy's in the midst of a bubble bath. I know she said she was getting her some hygiene products, and she wanted to take a nice shower with some nice soap. So I know that we're a little bit early, but who knows? They only have one working tablet in there as well, too. So Joe says TV show is called Booked. Thank you very much. So there were 2 shows in there, I believe. Oh, yeah, 60 Days In was not it. It's called Booked. That sounds more familiar. Come on, Brandy. We got over 500 people waiting to see what you done got. Justin, what's going on, man? Shout out to you. Appreciate you being up in here. Dane, don't think I'll ever forget you. Shout out to you for being up in here. It's crazy. I remember so many of y'all. Dane was a part of the game for a little bit. It's wild, man. Southern Maid, shout out to you. Appreciate that right there. Joe, I wasn't trying to be mean. I'm in recovery as well. Damn, I had a hard time reading that. I thought that was Spanish for a moment. I was about to be like, Rico Varias? I just saw that he was a manipulator, and I always have compassion for people in recovery. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, addiction brings out the worst of us. And let me tell you something about Tom. When I met Tom for the first time, Tom had already been down. I think Tom had done over 10 years when I met him. But he had been in and out of jail and prison his entire life. Tom is, in his 50s. All right. Somebody's got to be on the tablet right this second. She would have been picked up by now, so we'll wait a couple of minutes and we'll hit her back. Let me also see real quick what's going on. I can see if she's active, and that'll give me an indication. Wow. She's not active right now, so somebody's definitely on the tablet. We learned from the other times of trying to visit her. Again, you've got 20 girls up in there and one working tablet. But she knows her time. She knows she's got her time slot. She's running shit up in there. She's probably being nice and letting people get in before her. So it's just now 8 o'clock her time. So within about an hour at the latest, we'll get back in contact with her. I'll try her again in about 20 or 30 minutes. So that does give us a little bit of time to kill. Banger said he wanted to see some randos tonight. I owe him a round of fur. Shout out to you, to the hookups. Yes, sir. Ain't that wild? That's another way to say a prison meal. Make a hookup. A hookup, a swole, a spread, mealing up. What'd they call them where y'all at? Hey, JoJo, shout out to you, man. Love what you're doing, Joe. I actually was on 60 Days in season 7. Yo, that's wild. Hit me up. Let's talk about that. Send me a message on Facebook. After Prison on Facebook. I would love to talk with you about that. They tried to get me to go on 60 Days in. I couldn't talk about it for the longest time. But, yeah, I told them I wanted a lot of money. But that was back in 2017. And you got to understand, back in 2017, man, every TV show in the world hit me up. I had the producers of Catfish trying to make a show. I had HBO trying to do a special on me because the prison genre really wasn't doing much, and it did not exist. Producers of Catfish wanted to make a TV show. HBO wanted to do a special. 60 Days In wanted me to go on. HGTV wanted to do a home remodel thing with me. And I really wanted that. But all of those things got screwed up for one reason or another. My name was Lynn. I'm going to check you out. Oh, you got paid. That's what it is. Yeah. So I didn't even get a chance to tell them what I wanted. We never even made it that far because I just assumed that they weren't going to pay me that. I was going to tell them I wanted $80,000 for 2 months because the best that I ever did in my life, I did 40 grand in 1 month. And I was like, shit, you got to pay me the best times 2. But that was a long, long time ago. I'll never talk money, man. I do not talk that money shit. When I saw that success was not long-lived. And I look at some other people who do it now, and I don't hate on them. I'm just like, damn, man. They figured it out. They saw what I did that didn't work, and they went a different direction. Redskin Chris says, let me find out Joe was on the Home Shopping Network. If the price is right, the flight's tonight. I mean, there's just no denying that. What did I say? I said HGTV? Or did I say something else? It was HGTV. It was going to be called Felon Flippers too. They called me and they were like, hey, you got any ideas about doing a home renovation show? And you got to understand, back during that time, they were giving everybody a home renovation show. I think like Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart had a show. Maybe it wasn't them, but it was like somebody who had nothing. What was the rapper that was doing the home renovations? It was like, damn, who was that? So anyways, they called me and they were like, yo, you got any ideas for doing a home renovation show? I was like, do I? Hear me out now. What happens when a bunch of convicts come home from prison and start flipping houses? Hey, did I tell you that I found a guy face down acting like he was asleep in insulation? Get to Virginia ASAP and bring the camera gear. Oh, they were ready, man. All right, what are we going to do? We're going to do a random visit? Let's try to visit the girl that banged on me. And she's young. She ain't but 28 years old. It wasn't Vanilla Ice. Nah, it was, who was the one that sung? Gosh almighty, man. The big loud dude, man. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The black guy. He's a rapper. What was his name, man? Damn, what was that song that he sung? We're talking early 2000s or mid 2000s. Man, I know that show didn't make it neither. Because maybe Vanilla Ice did have a show. I'm not saying that he didn't. And I know he's in real estate, actually. Rapper who had a home renovation show. Lil Jon. It was Lil Jon Wants to Do What? That was the name of the show. Lil Jon Wants to Do What? They gave Lil Jon a home renovation show. I mean, obviously, he's Lil Jon. And all right, anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to bore y'all with that. Exhibit had Pimp My Ride. Amber. Ooh, it's 9 o'clock on the dot. I tried to visit before, and you straight banged on me. This one's gonna be... Look, this young lady banged on me because of the fact that... she asked if I was recording this. I told her I was. When this comes on, she's going to see this big ass, it looks big in the phone. She's going to see this big ass GoPro with this red flashing light blinking on her. I don't care. I really don't care. I got my swagger back with this. Young lady, I'd like to talk to you about the egregious nature of these home invasions that you've committed. But let's not talk about your case. I know you can't see me over the camera, but I am right here. Wacko says you're right. They'll let anybody have a flip house TV show. Joe says 9 on the dot. It's 8:12 in Minnesota, LOL. It's 9 o'clock my time, but she's an hour behind us. There's no way this chick's about to pick this up. Yeah, we'll be calling Brandy soon. We just tried to call her a little bit ago, and she's not active, which lets me know that somebody else has the tablet. Shit, what am I doing? I meant to have this so y'all can see how this goes. Look at that red blinking light right there. If this girl don't pick up, I'll just find some new randoms and we'll do some legitimate new randoms. I don't even know what to say when she picks up because she's already hung up on me once. But she hasn't blocked me. So you're telling me there's a chance. Yeah. I'm going to tell her I'm not recording this. What's that guy that does the Zoom interviews? And he's like, I'm not drinking a beer. No, I'm not drinking right now. I'm not in a Burger King drive-thru. Adam, shout out to you, man. 10 p.m. in Nova Scotia. Shout out to you for... Oh, shit. Gosh almighty, my phone done... Oh, I can't... Can't show my unlock code, even though it's not very... I don't give a damn if you tired of hearing this thing ring. Hey, Adam, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you, man. Platinum, again, a very special shout out to you. Banger, a very special shout out to you, brother. To everybody up in here, shout out to you. If she answers, I'm going to just ask her if she'll let me tell her a story real quick. I was going to be like, yo, you should let me tell you a story about some young lady we're visiting down in Alabama and how we've changed her life. But I don't want to lead off with this could be an extreme benefit to you. If you take a chance on this, it could be. It's not a guarantee that it will be, but it's a risk you got to take. 5 seconds is all we have left, and then I'm moving on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. Goodbye, George. Goodbye. Help, I can take a hint. I can take a hint. All right, folks, that is not happening right there. So let's go find a random in that same jail. Hopefully they're not in the same block as the one girl that we're visiting in there. All right, where am I going? We'll see what we get. We'll dabble with this for a moment. See if we can get somebody on the line. And oh wait, I don't want to use that. That's the same. We'll see if we can get anybody on the line, and then we'll go visit. We'll go visit Brandy. Should I do a dude? The dudes are always so weird, and the freaking camera right in the. I don't care. Oh shit! I wanted to see how long this guy's been locked up since. We're gonna do a dude real quick. Nice try, Diddy. Someday this will be so big that I'll have somebody who can just sit in the background and just be finding potentials, and then all we got to do is just hit go on them. All right, so this guy has been locked up. Oh wait, we can't do him. He just got. Oh no. Now, dude been locked up for a year. Shit, you've been in the jail for a year. Who are you telling on? I'm just going to be like, yo, I'm Joe from After Prison Show. I'm live right now, and I like to visit random people. You want to share your experience with us? Jason, I'll get back to you in the morning time about tomorrow. All right. Folks, we're going to attempt to visit a guy by the name of Seth, 24 years old, been locked up for a year. He's going to take this visit. It's going to be super sus. He's getting a random visit from some other man named James. As soon as he accepts this, because he will, there's going to be a red flashing light in front of his face. You know what's crazy is, what if we treated this a bit like chat roulette? Like when they picked up, we were knee deep in the middle of something. Like, shit, I don't know. Playing a song on the guitar. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it. Oh shit, he's picking up. Hello, Seth. How you doing? My name's Joe from After Prison Show.
You said what?
My name is Joe. I'm calling you from After Prison Show. I'm live on the internet right now, and I'm trying to have a random visit with you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
How you doing? I just ran across you randomly. I visit random people, and I ran across you, man. How you doing in there?
Doing all right.
So I got 500 people watching my live. I serve time. A lot of the people that rock with me, you know, they like to hear about people's experience on the inside. And I was wondering if you would like to share a little bit about, you know, what it's like for you on the inside.
I mean, right. I'm on the trustee part, but it's a lot with this, like missing your family, stuff like that. You gotta be strong. Like, I know I made mistakes and stuff. I'm only 24.
Yeah.
But I've been locked up for a year now. But I ain't got a lot of time. But yeah, it messes with you mentally and physically. Like, I just lost a person that was like a brother to me, like that I was always with, like last month. So like I was still trying to get in there, trying to just take it one step at a time.
Well, I appreciate you taking this visit and, giving me a chance here. I mean you no harm and no foul visiting you out of the blue like this. I got a really popular prison genre social media called After Prison Show. Like I said, I served a bunch of time, and I like to talk with people who are either serving time or who have served time.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm thinking it's about people or something.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get your hopes up. But hey, you never know. Some good could come from this. Maybe this is a connection where I can keep in contact with you, hear a little bit about what it's like on the inside, and who knows, maybe it leads to a little bit of pen pal support for you if you're looking for somebody to write to.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I am, because, like, people that I was there for, like, as soon as you get in this predicament, they leave. Like, people that I was there for, like, I help with bills, like, make sure they straight, get home, you know what I'm saying, from work, things like that.
Well,
They just do you bad, like, it was a
let me share with you a little bit real quick. So like I said, I got 500 and something people watching this live stream right now. I got a person right here saying this dude seems chill AF. Another person said seems cool, perfect dude to visit. I agree, this guy seems cool. So people are already rocking with you, man.
Yeah, I'm a great guy. Like, I just be like, I was trying to support my family and the people that I love in the wrong way, like the wrong way. So, like, yeah, but it's always a lesson learned.
Well, good for you for at least recognizing that. You're a young guy. You're 24 years old. To have a head on your shoulders the way that you do, you really sound like you got a lot of sense about yourself.
Yeah, I was about to, like, my birthday, like, I got locked up last May, and my birthday was in June. Like, I almost made it to my birthday. Like, then I'm about to be in here for my other birthday, like my 25th birthday. So,
How much time you got left to serve?
another, like, a year.
You still got a year left?
They gave me 3 years, but it's 65%. But they said in July that 50, they put a change the non-violent to 50%, but I don't know.
Hold on. Did you just say that they said in July they're supposed to change the law back to 50%?
Yeah, that's what they were saying around the jail and stuff like that.
I hate to say this, and I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy here. Like I said, I served 7 years in prison myself, and I was in and out of jail quite a bit. I've had my life together for the last 10 years. I hate to say this. Man, I've been hearing that shit since I was 18 years old, man. I'm 42.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not trying to burst your bubble with that. But look, let me give you some good stuff real quick, right? Just because of you taking this visit, I want to put $10 on your tablet, or I want to give you $10. So wherever I can put that could help you out, you let me know what I can do for you, all right?
I was about to say, you can put it on the tablet if you can. I'll be very appreciated.
Yeah. So who do you keep in contact with? Do you have any support on the outside?
Yeah, I got it just was females that I was talking to that don't support, but I got my family, like my brothers, people that I call my brothers, my sisters, like who do hair and stuff. Like, I got good people, but it's just like a lot of things went downhill since I've been incarcerated. Like, I'm a provider, like I make sure people straight that's around me. I just try to support them the best way I can, because I know how it is. Like, my mama was a single mother, so like I always had to get it, like one way or another and stuff like that.
What
It just made me
No, I'm sorry to hear about that, and I didn't mean to cut you off right there. Look, how hard is it to communicate with your loved ones or whoever you're able to communicate with, because it sounds incredibly loud in the background?
They watching the playoffs and stuff.
Oh yeah, we got the game on.
Yeah, they got the game on, the Boston and the Knicks.
Hell yeah. So look, in the trustee pod, what do you do? What's your job in there?
I'm in the kitchen, like I serve the food and stuff. I'm a dishwasher, things like that. I just got in the kitchen like in December.
So I worked in the kitchen in Chesapeake City Jail when I was younger. And when you go into the kitchen, the dishwasher is usually like where you start at. Is it the same where you're at?
It's a little bit. Like where I'm at, it's only like 500, 600 people. So it's not a lot of people. Like I'm for real, I'm supposed to be getting. I'm supposed to be going to prison. I'm in BPRJ right now, so I'm hoping that I get to prison. And I'm trying to get work release for real.
Are you getting what do you get? What kind of perks do you get being on trustee over there? Are they giving you like an extra day off a month?
You get 5 days. You get 5 days off, like each month until you get sentenced. Though then it stops, and then the tablet and the phone, it stay on all day.
But in the other parts of the jail, it's not on all day?
Yeah, and they on lockdown. They gotta deal with lockdown and stuff like that.
Well, shit. It sounds like you guys got some good perks in there. Is it an open dorm or y'all got cells?
We got cells, but like they stay open all the time.
Word.
We got morning shift, night shift, and other people doing other stuff.
Hell yeah, man. Well, look, I ain't going to hold you up on this. My name is Joe. I'm from After Prison Show on YouTube. Maybe some people in there have heard of me, man. I've been around for a long time doing this prison content and just all things related to being locked up. I work with people. I try to help them. I share a lot of stories. So you and I, we get connected this way. And, you know, I want to stay in contact with you, hear what's going on, and, you know, maybe try to help you get somebody to reach out to you.
I appreciate that. What is called again?
After Prison Show.
After Prison Show?
Yeah.
So you just on live right now. So you're not saving this?
No, it'll be like it's alive, but it'll be saved. Yeah. You want somebody to see it?
No, I was trying to see something. I was gonna tell my people to see.
Tell your peoples to check it out. Yeah, tell them to look me up. They're gonna be like, holy shit, dude's got over 1 million subscribers. So yeah, they'll be impressed when they see that. And no funny business about it. Like I said, man, I visit random people. And, hey, I just ran across you, man, so here we are. I had no idea who you were, didn't know what you looked like, nothing. You know, and I really don't even visit dudes like that. I mostly just do females because the dudes, they be banging on me thinking it's some weird shit. Hey, nice try, Diddy. But look, man, you met a good dude. You seem like a solid cat. I'm gonna I'll put $10 on your tablet. It'll be up there by tomorrow, and I'll send you a message too. So maybe we can reconnect sometime in the future. All right? Hey, that's what it is, man. Pleasure talking with you.
It was a pleasure talking to you too.
All right, take care. Shout out to Seth right there. Seth seemed like a pretty solid guy. Maybe a little apprehensive of what's going on. I mean, you got a freaking camera in your face right there. Dude's in the trustee block. He's washing dishes. Didn't want to ask him about his charge. He's already been locked up for over a year. He's got his time already, so it ain't like it would have hurt. But, you know, I don't want to assume anything, but he said he was trying to support his family and going about it the wrong way. So I'm quite certain, you know, we can take a hint of what he probably was doing out there. But he says that they get 5 days off a month being in the trustee pod. He's only having to serve 65% of his time, which tells us he's a nonviolent offender. And how crazy is it that Chris, we're in Virginia. We're just down the street a little bit. At a jail that definitely ain't caring what we're doing here. How crazy is it that he was saying that he heard that in July they're going to bring back 50% of your time. Man, I've been hearing that shit since I was 18 years old, man. That is wild. So we're going to have Seth's information posted. So if anybody wants to reach out and be like, yo, saw you. You seem like a chill dude. Hey, you know, it's a cool thing that you're being a part of right here. Who knows, man? Maybe he could be our gateway to the men's side, especially being on trustee. You know, so definitely that was cool right there. Had no idea how that was going to go. You can't even imagine the anxiety that shit be filling me with. I'm an introvert. Woo. Alex says 1 trillion subscribers. Did I say that? If I misspoke, forgive me. Adam, shout out to you. I saw that donation right there, man. Appreciate that for the books. Thank you very much, Banger. Very special shout out to you, brother. I told you we we're going to do some randos, and we found them. We found a great jail, too, by the way. This jail don't give a damn what we got going on. But I don't want to burn this up. But we definitely have unlimited resources right here. There's 500 people in the jail, so who knows? We're going to get plenty of people out of there. Cool guy right there, man. Banger, shout out to you. Appreciate the love. And to everybody in here who's enjoying this. Yeah, man. Oh, God. Whew. My voice. All right, we're going to, we're going to try to visit Brandy. Let's see if she's online, first of all. Let's see who's online. Oh, damn it. Shout out to everybody. Oh, was everybody had the laughing faces, and yeah, I busted his bubble with that one. He's young too. He ain't nothing but 24 years old. He's been locked up since he was 23. You know, you're looking at a YO right there, somewhat of a youth offender. I remember me at early 20s. You couldn't tell me nothing. I don't know that Joe at 24 would have taken that serious like that young man did. So there's that. All right, we're going to bug Brandy because that's what we're doing. She's not online. There's only one person online right now. It's Cheyenne. But it's all about Brandy tonight. Yeah, man. I got to visit more guys, you know, because obviously the girls are going to be what the girls are, but the guys are always going to be so much more likely to end in a ball of flames. And notice I told the guy about the incentive package, that whopping $10, pretty early into the conversation. But at that point, I already realized that he was, you know, down to have the conversation. I'm never going to lead off with, hey, you'll get paid to do this. In the past, when I first started doing this, that's what I did. And I'll never do that again. You'll either take the visit and get the small blessing, which could turn into a massive one if you look at the Brandy situation, or you don't. I'm going to need to put more money on my damn tablet tomorrow. All right, we're going to Alabama, folks. You know what I could tell people? I could be like, I'm looking for a potential special somebody for somebody. I'm a liaison for a person on the outside. Maybe a woman who's looking for a man. But then I'm just outright lying. Ty, shout out to you. Appreciate the kind words if you're talking about me. Southern Maid says, Bama Brandy, let's go. Rose says, find an older lady. Okay. I can see how old these folks are. I'll find the oldest person. How wild would that be? American Dude says, my son. Yeah, definitely send me that message. And Try to make it happen. Woo. Mike says put money on the table, Joe. If people accept the visit and they're cool about it, it's a small blessing to somebody. You know, $10 on the tablet goes a pretty long way. That's damn near 10 phone calls. Like 7. And, you know, it's pretty much like 3 video visits. So, I'll put the money on the tablet, yeah. Every time this takes a little bit, I get worried. And this is our second attempt trying to visit Brandy. But again, folks, you know, we were talking about like 9 o'clock her time. It's only 8:36. But she hasn't been active at all yet, and that's concerning to me, especially when she talks about them hands she got. Especially when she talked about them hands. See, Bradley's already going in. They took her zoom zooms and wham wham. See, this is why when it starts to seem like there could potentially be something, and then the stories start coming out. Oh man, something happened. We're gonna not think that. Look at y'all, man. Y'all are horrible. Brandy's back to washing dishes. Gosh almighty, man. Y'all, hey, man, y'all are quick to rain on a parade. Damn, I thought it was connecting, too. Somebody's probably on the tablet right now, and forget that. Get up out the freaking way. Nicholas, shout out to you for becoming a channel member right there. Appreciate the support. American Dude, yeah, I'm sorry to hear about. I'm starting to gather from these comments what's going on, and definitely send me that message. Let's see if we can find your son and see what's going on. Welcome to the club. So a couple of videos that you guys will be seeing early accessed. One of our prison pen pals was in the news. That's insane. I haven't shared that video. And there's a bunch of other videos that I've been filming that I haven't had a chance to even get thought of uploaded. So you guys are going to be seeing all of those early accessed. Here. Oh, my God. She didn't answer, which means anything. Man, that could mean anything. And 9 times out of 10, what that means is somebody's on the freaking tablet. But that's okay. She could be cooking right now, too, folks. All right, she got a maxed out commissary order. She ain't even thinking about this tablet right this second till 9 o'clock. I could do another visit right now. But I'm not going to lie. My voice, y'all. My voice. Allow me to at least share a message in the meantime. So I did get another message from Tom. Oh, my God. Everyday winning. What did you miss? You have missed a lot, man. My voice is starting to go. We just did a random visit with a dude that actually went really cool. Dude was super chill, so you'll like to see that on the playback. And we put Tom in the Shark Tank earlier, and let's just say... People were impressed with his pitch. Folks, I have just received another message from Tom who said, thank you, brother. Please make sure to include a few different things. He says, I honestly have faith in you and APS more than you give yourself credit for. He says, I'm reading these comments. Michael's talking about Brandy's getting KO'd right now, man. Gosh almighty. You guys are horrible. Big D says, this is getting old and boring, Joe. We're having a blast over here. I'm sorry, but we're having a blast. So long as my voice can hold out for this thing. Tom says, I honestly have faith in you and APS more than you perhaps give yourself credit for, and perhaps the minimum amount should be more like $5 and not 25 cents. I honestly think this will do more than you know, and I'm serious about helping others. I can't wait to speak to you, my friend. Shout out to Tom. He's definitely giving this quite a bit of thought. He's crunching the numbers. I told him when he mentioned if every single supporter would just donate 25 cents, I said, Tom, if only 100 people donate, that's only $25. That's an e-cigarette and a ramen noodle soup. Okay, that's all you're getting there. We're not getting a paid lawyer with that. But then he probably got to thinking, he was like, well, shit, if 100 people donated $5, now you're full. Now you're at least full up for a little bit. I hope people will message to Tom, show him some support and some love. And but don't go buying him no paid lawyer. It's not what we're looking for you to do here. Shoo. Mimi says, I'm sending my $5 to Brandy. And that's the other part to this, too, which is always crazy when you do something like this where you're featuring a number of different people. It is very easy to get caught in the fray, especially if you're already looked at as, maybe not so much the favorite. Because when a favorite does take shape, shoot, hey, you can all but forget about low man on the totem pole. And, that sucks. That sucks. Adam says, most fun I had on a Wednesday. Got some, give some. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Always showing love in these things, man, and it means the world having you here. American Dude says, look up my son in California. Comment that again. Let me know exactly where he's at. There's 1,000 comments I would have to go through to get to when you mentioned it. Kevin says, I want what Tom's smoking. Tom is smoking hope right now. Not dope, hope. Hoping for a miracle. And I don't know what it's like to be in that situation. Because every time that I was locked up and without hope, nothing like any of this could ever have possibly been dreamt of. Help was not coming. Help was not coming. Yeah, man, it's only Wednesday too, man. Tomorrow's Thursday. Week's almost over with. Hey, that trustee pod was loud as shit. Did you see the CO in the background that was walking by? Did you see how the young man was cuffing the hell out of that kiosk? Because that's what it had to be. It had to be a kiosk situation right there. Maybe it was a tablet. But he damn sure was cuffing the hell out of that thing because he did not want them other guys in there seeing him visit some random white dude. Hi. I mean, maybe I'm the reincarnate of Punk Tattoo Guy. Just not him. You remember there was a time when Punk Tattoo Guy came to visit me, and that shit was hella weird. Damn, that was hella weird. You know what we're going to do? How much money I got on my tablet? I got enough for 2 visits. I'm going to let y'all pick because we got to bide some time for Brandy. So you guys want to try to go visit Sky, Cheyenne, or Sierra? Sky, Cheyenne, or Sierra. Trying to bide a little bit of time. Human says Brandy would destroy Tom in fisticuffs. I guarantee you Brandy got a mean fight game. She's almost like a little Ronda Rousey. You know, so to say that she might be having problems in there, she sure don't be seeming like the type that would. Not going to lie, Tom just has his hand out and not like these others we've been blessing. Yeah, everyday winning. It's a sad situation, but Tom's, oh man, this is actually interesting. I need a poll for this. I'm seeing more Sky than anything. A little bit of Cheyenne, a little bit of Sierra. The good news is they're all right next to each other. So we can just visit one and probably get all of them on. Cheyenne is the one who's active right now. And you know what's funny is Cheyenne's the one that I see most active. So I'm gonna put a question out there. You don't have to answer this. But somebody's watching this live stream, visiting with Cheyenne right now. And Cheyenne, I see her active quite a bit. So I think somebody's trying to cuff Cheyenne. And good for you. That's what this is after all. It's sort of like a little love connection. We've got a little bit of everything going on. I'm going to visit with Sky. That's the name that I see popping up the most. And like I said, we can get them all. All we got to get is just one, and they're all right next to each other. Barbara, very special shout out to you. Thank you very much for that. This is so you can continue to bless others. Use it at your discretion. Well, I appreciate it. Every single new person that we visit and who does the visit is getting a guaranteed $10. And then I'm blessing a lot of other people too behind the scenes. So thank you very much, Barbara. All right. We're going to go see Sky. Appreciate you being up in here. It's wild to see how these live streams have grown to 500 people. You know, we were doing these just not too long ago, and we're struggling just to have 200 people. And what's even more crazy is when we were doing the video game, and I thought that was going to be the come to Jesus moment for After Prison show. Man, we were struggling to get like 120 or 150 people in there. So it just lets you know when the people talk, you got to listen. Sky, you're on the clock, and let's see what's going on up in there. She ain't been on all day. Hopefully she's having an okay day, and let's just see what's going on. I think Sky's another fan favorite. She's probably like the second most liked person. She's going to be mad as hell. I'm going to have to put some money on her books. She's going to be mad as hell because this is 2 days in a row I've been visiting her. And she got to pay for it because that's how they do it at this particular jail. Kevin says get to an OF. Oh, man, you guys are crazy. Specimen says, Barbara, that is a whole lot of quarters. I'm going to throw Tom a bone. I am, because I know that. Hey, surprise, how are you? Doing well. Just figured we'd pop in and see how you're doing this evening. How's everything going in there today?
So far, so good. Another day down. So we always say another day down, another day closer to home.
There you go.
So yeah, and that's really the gist of it right now. In the middle of a spades tournament, not right now. So you're not interrupting anything. We just made a little break real quick. And then we're gonna finish the handout. Right now, out of 12 games, the opposing teammates, they got 7. Yeah, so we're down a little bit. We're down a little bit. But we can come back.
Look at y'all bidding in there. That's what it is.
Right.
How much
Okay.
bidding off of the tablet are you doing now? Are you doing a lot more bidding off of the tablet now?
Somewhat. So the thing is that the two side made it really difficult. So now it's like you have money for visits versus money for texting and movies. So a majority of it I have on the visit side, but yeah, they just took the money off RIP, which is so unfair, and put it on visit side. So now let's just say, for instance, I wasn't getting any visits. I could not use that money whatsoever. So with this non-regulated and regulated side, they just did what they wanted to do, and they put it on the opposite side. So I save it for text messages, so I can get a hold of you guys or whatever. Because like I said, my son. Well, first of all, my son is in trouble. He didn't do his homework, so he got his phone taken away by his grandma. So he can't visit me right now. But I don't text him, because again, his grandma would have to put money on his side, which is so unnecessary. Because thank goodness I got, you guys and all the support putting money on the tablet, so he's able to visit me. So that's what he does. But right now he's in trouble. But yeah, this two side thing is crazy. But I'm not complaining whatsoever. I do definitely use it way more than what I was. I'll tell you that.
Well, good for you, and I'm super happy to hear all of that. I want to ask you this. Why did they change that? I was talking to somebody else, and they said, like, they passed some new regulation or GTL lost some lawsuit, and now the calls are cheaper, but they definitely divided all the money up. So at one point, the money was in one account, and you could use it for everything related to the tablet, but now they've made, like, entertainment, which is movies and games, one section, and then visits and messages another section. Why did they do that?
Well, no, it's video visits on one side and then text, movies, music on the other side. It's just one. Go ahead.
Why did they do that?
Oh, so we believe, and what we were told from in here was that it was a jail thing. And the reason why they did it was because people were smacking tablets. So which means that they were using defrauded credit cards to add money in abundance onto people's accounts. So when they went through, everyone's tablet was saying zero, and at that point in time, they were checking to see, were you getting $100 at a time, or so on your tablet? It's checking if they were deferred payments or not. So the people that have done that or had people do it are no longer allowed to use their accounts. So that's what that was.
Wow. Yeah, that's the first that I'm hearing of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, which makes sense to me, because a lot of people were doing it because at first it was commissary. And so people were getting whatever they wanted ordered, as many packs. And now if it's over a certain amount, it has to be verified. I think if it's over 200, then just one of the sergeants will call himself, his name is Mapes. He will call and say, hey, did you make this payment? Verify your name. Verify this. And it goes like that. So if no one answers that phone or they don't have the correct information attached to that card number, that order will not go through. So they stop that. Then it is, okay, well, we don't need the information because GTL will take that money off RIP. So it was going to commissary and tablets. And so they wanted to stop that because I guess they were getting so many deferred payments where they had to pay back because people were disputing claims. And that's why they stopped it for a while, went through all of our stuff and determined who was doing what.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because you got to think, at least in here, it's a small group of people. So, I can know the same people same person that 6 other people know. And not saying me specifically because my tablet is fine. But, there'll be one person that got out. Oh, I got you when I get out, and they just smacking, several people's tablets. So they'll see that count's no good, close that account, you can't call that number, you can't do anything with it. And same thing with the person's tablets that they were hitting.
Damn.
So that's what happened.
Well, that's wild. It's wild. Where there's a will, there's a way, and that's, what it is. Hey, did Cheyenne end up getting moved out of there?
No, not yet. Well, see, she's on the waiting list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's on the waiting list, but a couple of us are. I know I've been on the waiting list. The sergeant, she said that she was going to see about me, but they said I had too many no mixes, which I only have 2. and one went to prison. But I've been here and had several no mixes, and I'm not gonna lie, it's just if I was uncomfortable in the block, I would just, hey, are you leaving soon? All right, and I'll put them on my list. That way I can go ahead and go to a different block. This way the energy's better, or if I wasn't, that way I'd be more comfortable, because that's how I do my time. I want to go where I'm comfortable, and I'm great in here, but it used to be where it didn't matter how many note mixes you had because you were behind bars when you're serving, or laundry, anything. So it's not like someone could get to you. But yeah. So me, her, and Sierra are waiting for Trustee. They did tell Cheyenne that she was going to get her physical soon, and so she's a step ahead of us. So we're just waiting for her to go. We're really proud of her and really happy about that.
That's wild what you say about doing the no mix thing just to get moved. I did that same thing, many years ago when I served time. Because I stayed in one jail for 2 years. So, hey, look, if I burnt it up in there because my hustle was no good in there anymore, I did tattooing back then. If there was no money left in the block, I got to go to the next block. Hey, yeah, you got to get me up out of here. So I get it. You want to be at where your time's going to go by the best at, and it sounds like you got a good group right there.
Absolutely. And see, this is the thing, is that they put me in RH. So when I came back, I had a boyfriend I met in Richmond through the program I was in. He ended up getting hit by a car, ran into a building, severed his body in 2 pieces. So rest in peace, Anthony. But so I was going through it, and then I got arrested.
What?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. When I went to the program, I went to a program called First Start in Richmond. Fantastic program. I had psychiatric appointments. I had therapy. I was in there. I was teaching the classes. The last day graduation, it was my day. I was the only one graduating. I did so good. I was making worksheets for the teachers. I was up there doing the board. We do your name, your feeling, your high and low. I was doing all that. That's why I said being a PRS, I really want to do something like that, because I know that my stories can help somebody. But in that time, I met a guy, and his name was Anthony, and we were just so into each other. Great time, we were both clean, doing great. And literally one morning, his phone was broken, so he told me, if you need to see me, you just think about me, I'll be there. So I said, okay. And so we had left where we were hanging out. I walked one way down the street, he walked the other, and I know at night it's been hours. Finally, my friend called me and was like, "Was that your boyfriend on the news?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And I looked it up, and it was him. But I had been waiting all day to hear from him. And unfortunately, an old woman got her leg caught in the gas pedal, accelerated, hit him, ran him into an abandoned building, and almost cut his body in half.
Oh my
and
God.
Yeah, it really broke me. So that was the day before I had court. I missed court, and 2 weeks 2 weeks after was the vigil. The day before the vigil, I got arrested, so I didn't even get to go to it. But my lawyer's going to bring that up. Unfortunately, that's what I have for my FTA, and I really wish I could say that never happened, but
that's a part of your current situation right now. And that's a pretty traumatic, situation. So I think that might actually come into play when you go into court. And they might look, an FTA is really not that big of a damn deal, especially if you've just got some minor stuff. I had a bunch of failure to appears. So they're just a misdemeanor. They're nothing too serious. And you had a legitimate reason why you actually missed court. So I think they really will take that serious.
My lawyer looked it up, and she found the news clip and everything. She didn't believe me. She was like, "Yeah, right." I was like, "If you look up pedestrian hit in Richmond, February 4th is the day he got hit, and it's the first thing that pops up." His name was Anthony Green. But what I was saying with that was, when I mentioned that, we're talking about block hopping. I had just gotten into this jail, and unfortunately, they put me in a lockdown block. And that's when you do time. You're only out from 9 to 11, then from 1 to 4, then from 7 to 11. You get locked down too many times, I couldn't take it. So I told him, I said, hey, I cannot do my time like this. I've never been in a lockdown block. It's different. I've been in jails where you have a 2-man cell and you can go in when you want to and come out when you want to. But being locked down like that, I couldn't take it. So I told the deputy, hey, I can't do this. My mental health's no good. And she said, okay, I got you. She took me out, and then they come back with a yellow jumpsuit and said, you're going to RH, which is restrictive housing, for block hopping. Even though I told her, it was because of my mental health. So it's unfortunate. Like sometimes it will bite you. It'll come back and bite you.
Hold on. That's wild. You can actually get in trouble for block hopping.
It's called block shopping. Is a formal write-up. Absolutely.
Damn, I did not know that. Yeah, because like I said, I've done that before too, where you're just, hey, look, there's nothing left for me to do in this block. Let me go somewhere else. Kick it with some other people, bid with them. That was in Suffolk where I did that, so they weren't concerned about it. But that's wild that they would charge you for that.
Yeah. So I did. They gave me 7 days. So it was Monday. Hearings are on Tuesday. So I said, okay. Well, tomorrow's my hearing, and they said no. Your hearing is going to be the following Tuesday. So ultimately, did 9 days out of 7 that I was charged for, and then I was found guilty. Even though I didn't do anything, I just said, hey, can I be moved? And if I would have been told, hey, this is your option, you stay here or you're going to RH, I would have stayed where I was. Because if I'm telling you my mental health can't take me in lockdown half the time, why would I want to be locked down all the time?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Look, have you talked with Sierra at all today? Did she talk about the visit that we did yesterday?
Yeah, I was there when she did it.
How'd she feel about all of that?
She was nervous. She was so nervous, but then she said, oh my God, he's so cool. He's so easy to talk to. And I said, I told you. I was like, it's just really smooth. And you're not, there's no reason to be nervous because it's just easy, like you keep it going. And there's nothing for her to be nervous about. Because she was for a minute. But she said you were awesome.
Yeah, I'm not looking. Yeah, well, I just wanted to make sure that she was cool with it because I want to see her get some pen pal support. She's probably going to be in there for the longest out of all of you, unfortunately. And love to see her get some pen pal support. Sky, look, hey, I appreciate you always being game and picking up this call when we call. And I hope people are hitting you up and keeping you busy on that tablet.
And I really appreciate it for Sierra the most because she's a good girl. She's a really good girl and she deserves it. And I know that she's going to get time. And unfortunately more than us because if anybody doesn't deserve it, it's her. And it's unfortunate. But thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Y'all go win that Spades tournament, all right?
Of course. We got it.
Hey, we'll talk with you soon.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Man, shout out to Sky. She's just a really cool person. If there was a fan favorite number 2, it's definitely her. That was a great visit, actually. Learned so much doing that with her. But, folks, you're right. It is time. We're getting ready to go live down to Alabama right now where Brandy is making us prison burritos. Folks, is she on this damn tablet? Whew, she is not on the tablet. Not a good sign. Brandy, it's time. You better answer this because people are going to start to assume you're fighting, and we don't want that. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate it. We got live PD going on right here. Man, how much money I got? Oh, I still got some. Oh, I forgot I was using all their money. I got to put some money back on their books for that. All right, we're going back to Alabama right now, folks. We got Brandy in Alabama. Adam, shout out to you for the Book of Joe. Whoa. Brother, appreciate the love, man. Thank you guys so much for all the love that you've been showing on these streams. To the folks as well who have been on these streams. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys. Every single one of you. And hopefully, Brandy's about to pick this damn thing up, man. We need this visit. Power Toy says, I can hear the helicopter, Joe. Man, y'all are terrible. Gosh almighty. Kevin, Brandy's throwing hands. Here we go. Already giving me the freaking, the medevac Metaflight comments. That's crazy. God, I hope she picks this thing up so we can say, see, I told you. Damn, Sean, it has been 2 hours. MJ, shout out to you. You know what's wild about this is the way that this has gone thus far is first night we got through, second night we had problems, last night was the third night, got through, tonight's the fourth night. We're not even getting an answer. Who knows? Okay. Life flight inbound. Brandy's at the clam bar. That's wild, man. I just spoke to her. She's in the ER. Lord. Well, look, on the plus side here, if perchance, for some strange reason, we're not able to get through, there's a lot of plausible reasons for this. She's already talked about the issues with the tablets. One working tablet in a housing unit with 20 women. She mentions the fact that when the battery dies, they have to take the tablet out to go charge it. Anything outside of that is really, super speculation. Michael said Brandy's getting swatted. You can't swat somebody who's already locked up. Wash Guy, shout out to you, man. Appreciate the support right there. I'm feeling very crazy about this. But again, she is the hardest person to get in contact with. Mr. Popzilla, shout out to you, man. The Alabama Slammer. Jason said, why did Tom go back in? I thought he was sober and shit. Tom got back into the addiction, unfortunately. A lot of people did, unfortunately. And, yeah, he's locked back up. It's sad. Shred Rat, appreciate it. APS on fire right now. Yeah, this is the big thing everybody's been waiting on, and it's sad because it's looking like it's going to be a no-go. And you know what that's going to mean. Big video tomorrow. What happened with Brand? Oh, my God. And my camera is starting to die. Oh, no. Folks, something is going on. And I don't know what it is. Damn it, man. I know that battery on that camera is getting ready to die. She's still not active. She ain't been active all evening. Has anybody messaged her today? I know a lot of you guys do message her. The last message I got from her was at 9 o'clock this morning, and I messaged her back. She was just thanking me for everything. If you guys didn't hear that, I think I shared that on the earlier live stream, but she messaged me at 9:30 this morning. She said, Joe, I can't thank you enough. Thank you for all that you've done for me and the others you have helped. You don't know how much my mind and heart is at ease now. And to be honest with you, it's not even me that I'm excited for right now. It's everyone that don't make store that I'm excited to feed. I got tears right now rolling down my cheeks because I've never been able to do anything like this before. And I can't wait to do it. Thank you. Has anybody gotten a message from Brandy after 9:30? We've had a whole day. And that's actually kind of crazy that I haven't heard from her since then. Shit. Ain't no telling, man. Yeah, man. We have definitely changed. Okay, Everyday Winning says she messaged me at 5 p.m. All right, so that's good. I'm assuming there's probably just an issue with the tablets. The tablets are tied up. I'm assuming that's the issue. Just for good measure, and just to make it even more crazy, we'll try it one more time, but I guarantee we're not getting through tonight. So if perchance it is because somebody is bogarting the tablet, well, let's go ahead and just piss them off by continuously calling back to back and get them up out of the way. Hang it up. This is important. And see, Brandy would have her time on the tablet. Like, it would be known to whoever was on this tablet, yo, I need this thing tonight. So the fact is, I don't necessarily believe that somebody is just holding up the tablet. I got a feeling there's probably an issue with the tablet. It's got to be something like that. Okay, we're going to look at this in a glass half full situation. The tablets are either down, not charged, or something like that. Yeah, Everyday Winning, she would definitely have access to the tablet if the tablets were working. But again, the fact that she's not active at all is letting me know that the tablets probably aren't in there. Shout out to everybody who's really enjoying getting to know Brandy. For those of you who don't know, you know, my hope is to see her get to the treatment facility that she's going to, and then go create your own social media existence and let all of this carry over as a motivating factor for you to remain the course for sobriety. You know, can you imagine? I think a great name for her social media should be Brandy in Alabama. That's what I refer to her as. Hey, Tommy, appreciate that generosity right there. Not much, but thank you for the stream. Shit. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you something crazy, and I can guarantee, because I'm going to tell you this, that it's going to happen. Every one of these live streams that I've been doing as of late gets demonetized as soon as I wrap it up. I don't know if there's ads that show throughout this. I would imagine that there's probably not. Like, I get an option. Sometimes I can push a button and make an ad show up, which I never have done that. But every time the live streams wrap up and they start processing to turn into a VOD, they end up getting demonetized. I don't know why. I don't even be cussing like that. And just because I'm talking about that here, they're going to do it to this one too. So for Tommy to say it's not much, but thank you for the stream, all of these donations that you guys show, they don't just help all of these people, you know, that we're trying to be visiting with and to keep this thing going. You guys are helping to keep this show going. So I greatly appreciate all of the support. Yeah, man, Ghetto God says maybe they got the tablet privileges taken or possibly on lockdown. Hey, it could have been a shit show up in there. The commissary came in, Brandy was full up, other girls were in there hating for whatever reason. I just hope the best. One thing, Southern Maid says, I've seen ads. Gordon says, I get filthy ads. Dark Knight said no ads. So, and I'll tell you like this, that ad revenue off these live streams is nothing. You would imagine that it is for a whole 2.5 hour freaking stream. But it's wild how they do that. And then I got to appeal it. And every time I appeal it, it takes 24 hours to appeal the demonetization. And they always put it back on, but it's a whole day that it takes. These live streams don't get very many views past the first 24 hours. I'm thinking it's a no-go, folks. You know, we'll let it run. And I know that it's about time for me to wrap this thing up because my camera has a red indicator on the battery. So the fact that that thing is still on. I do have 3 cameras in here, though. Everything's hooked up, ready to go. Everything's hooked up, ready to go. Yeah, most of y'all don't even get no damn ads on this. And I know that's the damn truth because I see what the ad revenue on these streams is. Look, let me say this. We're not going to be able to get through to Brandy. It's pretty evident. Obviously, there's an issue. As soon as I find out what that issue is, I'll share it with you. I will find out. Yeah. Your visit was missed, which means nobody accepted it, which means she probably doesn't have access to the tablet to be able to accept it. So I am really sorry. This was an unforeseen situation that none of us were anticipating. And it's sad because it seems to be a common occurrence in that facility. Hopefully she's going to be getting up out of there very soon. But while I still have you guys here, and right before I wrap this thing up, I want to say this. I want to take a moment and say this. It is an absolute pleasure to bring this to y'all. It's a nerve-wracking experience doing this. Sometimes it does not go well. Sometimes I don't do well with this. I don't really like how I handled hearing Tom basically pouring his heart out with some outlandish idea as this desperate cry for help. I don't really like how I handled that. There was a visit that we did yesterday that I really didn't like the way that went. And for that reason, I actually took that whole live stream down and clipped the whole thing up and turned it into videos so that I could get rid of this one particular part that was just very, very bad. But I'm so grateful for all of you giving After Prison Show a chance again to show you what we can do here. You know, we've had a long, long run and many, many ups and downs. And a lot of those downs sadly came from haphazardous attempts of helping people, that going bad, turning into drama, and then me not handling that situation correctly. I've tried to grow. I've tried to get to a better place with my own personal ways of going about doing things, so that even if there is a negative situation like the fact that everybody's freaking locked up right now, let's at least make the best of it. Try to get them some support one way or another. And all of that led to this. Us getting back to doing random stranger prisoner visits. And what's wild about this is not only are guards in certain jails going to certain people and saying, hey, I know what you're doing, which we're doing nothing that I worry about. And I get emails that are being sent to police departments saying that I should be freaking arrested for this. I know that what we're doing is a powerful, groundbreaking, cutting edge type of a thing. And there will be others that will come that will attempt to do this. Maybe they'll be successful doing so as well. I'll be honored to see that because I know that we created that here. But make no mistake of it. This ain't an easy thing to do. To try to jump out there and visit with a random stranger. You have no idea who's going to pick up, if they do pick up, and how that's going to go. And then add to that all the excitement of doing this live. There is no cut button. So I love it. And I'm honored to be able to be doing this with you guys. And I appreciate every single one of you who have given this a chance, given this channel a chance again. And you motivate me beyond belief. It is my hope to see this thing through for as long as we can do it. And to expound upon this even further. This is a snowball at the top of a mountain right now that is going to turn into a really big thing. And I don't even know what that really big thing is just yet. It's still being developed day by day. But just as much as I'm doing all of this and sharing it with you, this can't be possible without you. So for the umpteenth time, thank you guys again. And that's all I wanted to do. Pour the heart out a little bit and let you know you keep me in the game. I'm not going to lie to you. There's plenty of days when I question, man, what am I doing? But I believe in this. And you guys are a big part of that. Gosh almighty, look at bangers, man. No, I can't. I don't have the battery. And to be honest, they're about to cut the tablets off at 11 o'clock, man. So we couldn't even pull an all-nighter if we wanted to. Joe says make one last try with Brandy. I guarantee you it's pointless, man. You know what's wild is I've got another contact in that jail. Where are my contacts at? Yeah, neither one of them are active. I've already tried to visit her twice back to back. And she's not even on the tablet. You know, she would have definitely been on the tablet by now because this was the biggest thing. She knew, you know, how important doing this was tonight. She wanted to do this. So she would have been on. Simon says, stay up, Joe. Sleep over. I'm going to pay hell. I'm going to pay hell tomorrow. I'll have no voice. I can't, bangers. I appreciate it. Thank you. It is a lucrative, generous offer. And you've already shown so much damn love, man. But, man, I'm spent, man. I've done 3 live streams already today. Yeah. Thank you guys so much, man. I truly appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. As soon as I find out what happened, and I'm sure it's nothing major. I'm sure it's nothing dramatic, so don't think the worst. But as soon as I find out tomorrow, I'll let you guys know, and I will bring you the Brandy visit as soon as I can. And if I can, I'll jump on live and just do the damn visit live so anybody can get on right then and there. Thank you guys so much for all of the support. I appreciate it. I look forward to sharing more with you guys tomorrow. And until then, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace!